Sorry, good evening. So I'm expecting Prof to actually set it. So we just an onboarding. One will show you around the Siberia Marina so that you feel comfortable to use it on your phone. Then we share the timetable to you see how the time. But what spec of system are you using? What spec of system are you using?
I'm using a MacBook, sir.
Mac. You don't have Windows. Okay, it's okay. Well, did you install? Okay, we'll get to that part. Get to that part. It's okay. Mr. Fatoki James, what kind of system are you using?
I'm using an HP.
Is it for i7 or for i9?
Core i5.
You might need to expand the RAM size. So what's the RAM size?
16 gig.
16 gig. Okay, 16 gig is okay. Well, as you stretch, sorry, just 1 minute. So this is what your timetable looks like. So as you start stretching to this place, you notice that I don't know what you're using. Obviously, you'll be using it. You start stretching to this place. This is a pure infrastructure course. So it will require more systems. So you should start making plans to have a desktop that actually can take. Let me just show you one. Why? Because this is something you want to do for a living. So start preparing. So that you can fully, something like this. I don't need something like this, not be bad. So you add that to your, why? Because so that you can start building your own office and lab. Something like this will not be bad. But let's look at the configuration. I know it's always not too expensive, but you can get. This Pentium. This Pentium, not mobile. So anything like this will not be bad. Either comes with this. That's when you want to start setting up your infrastructure and how it goes. So this course is just to help you navigate. Then I'll talk about the timetable. Navigate around. Have you been able to change your password?
Yes, I did this morning.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So here is your handle. Now, in case you're just coming in and you don't know how to change the password, you click on this place. You see, it takes you to the prompt. So you're supposed to actually put your current password, new password, then you actually change. Once you click submit, it changes the password. So let me repeat it one more time. So you just click on this license. it takes you to change the password. So you can change your password. And I'm sure there is a login prompt that comes to your email address, right? Like a token code. Anytime you want to log in. Hello?
Yeah, I got the prompt.
Okay, the two-factor authentication. Before now, it was not implemented. So the access is actually a one-man access. You send out that document, you sign very soon, but we're more concerned about onboarding. So this is what your timetable looks like. Now, from now to we'll actually move into this date, 26th to 20th. We'll actually do pre-simulator training. The lab training starts 23rd properly, but you have access to it. Why? Because the bulk of you are still processing them and they don't have access to the simulator yet. That's actually why we call for this session. So we onboarded you, you have access to it, but we'll take you some classes. Then from this date, we'll hand it over to the international trainer to actually be the one starting to take that. So it will be we'll move you to the Telegram handle, then we'll actually onboard you there. That's for the international trainer. But from now till this time, it's an opportunity for you to actually walk through the labs, get more experience. Normally we do pre-simulator training during this time, but for you people who already work in class people, I don't really think it's necessary. However, if you want us to actually work However, if you want us to actually walk around with you, looking at each of the labs, then solve it and grab. But the rate timeline starts ticking from 23rd of September. So we have an ample time to actually finish up what those who are actually outside so that we can actually collect the full class. Now, in case you want to access the video, when you actually come on the main prompt, this is where it takes you to. So you can access training. You can use the lab status, you can use the scenario, then the progress tracker. So I've actually shown you how to actually change your password. Now, if you want to access training, you go to training. What will be loaded is introduction to cyber. Or is anything currently loaded on your, what module is loaded from your end?
Intro to cyber, sir.
Okay, intro to cyber. So you can access and start actually treating. Now, but the clock doesn't tick until 23rd because we have a timeline from there that will finish this course. So all through, you'll be accessing, you talk to me, talk to Mr. David Schiffman, but anything that has to do with your concerns, local concerns, how the training is going, feel free to talk to me. So we had sent out a KYC, technical KYC, so that we can actually get to know you guys better. When I mean know you better in your technical capabilities, please, have you completed those forms? Have you completed
Yes,
those?
I have.
Okay, good. Now, this is the very first time we're taking this way in Nigeria with all this course embedded. The last one we took was penetration testing. But you people are taking this as a mainstream with all the scenarios involved. And this is the first time we're having an expert session. And obviously, before you get to the ending of your training, all the corporate partnership we are trying to actually implement would have been solved as at then. So do you have problem navigating the scenario? The Siberian Marina? So from Monday next week, a couple of people will be joining me. From Monday next week, we'll start something like a kind of helping you install your tools on your system, then do 1 or 2 sessions before once we get to this date, we just stick with the lab. What I mean is, do you have something like this already installed on your system? Because this is what you be, either this or this. So for the guy using Mac, they find it very hard to install. That's actually why you see, I was actually trying to discourage the use of Mac. Goes through a lot of problems depending on the spec of Mac you're using. So do you have something like this installed? Because that's what you'll be working with all through. Do you have a VMware installed on your system currently?
No, I don't, sir.
Okay, what about me, Mr. Fatoki James?
Well, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah,
So I
yeah, yeah. I
think
don't
I
have.
think those are the things. After this session, I will drop the software you need to install on your system. Those are the things you will be working with. So you need to. So okay, but when I asked if you have filled the form, nobody responded. Have you filled those forms? That skill check sheet and all those forms. Have you filled it?
Yes, I said I filled mine. I filled
Yes,
mine.
sir.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I'll look into it now and actually so that we can understand. So if you come in VMware, so the one you would download for the guy with is VMware Fusion. Because you will download a lot of, and you should have something like this installed. So before we get to, so, so part of what we'll be doing also next week is installing this, powering this one, so that you get your system already set up. That's why I'm asking the spec of your system before I start going into the lab. So you can always download this from here, or I can upload one for you people to download. So you can download this, then install the sorry. Okay, I will upload links for you to download all this. So if you download this, download the VMware, the software you need to install. We get that installed. The next thing is we now start taking the content one by one. So you have your simulator now. Then once you get to 22, we'll hand you over to the international trainer. Training continues from there. the class actually has a standard amount that comes in. So we'll actually go through with the total amount of people that will join in it so that we have a fuller class. But all the same, it's a good time for you to actually set up your system and actually get ready. If you want me to work with you, you want to actually start solving the labs, just let me know. We can create a session. So what we've noticed over the past training is that a lot of people get a little bit distracted when they come in. It looks very easy when you're starting because it's the basics. So as you start growing up, moving from one of those, from the labs to the labs, those labs are actually the key parts that actually build those technical competencies you want to achieve. Now, I'll ask this question. So normally, we dive very deep in Python. So, but depending on the audience, depending on the appetite of the trainees. So if you want us to go deep in Python, but to form a good base for you, we have to include a Saturday class where we do a side track full Python hacking course for you. What I mean is, I think I have it somewhere. So we take a full, as you're taking the main Clever Marina course, you take a full Python hacking course. So do you currently have hands-on on any language, programming language?
Yes, I was running a certification in Python. I think that was in 2022, but I couldn't follow up with it. So, but I have like some basic knowledge on Python.
You're right, that's fine. What about you, Mr. Felix?
Basic knowledge as well, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute. Let me have scripts here. It's not a problem. So I think that part actually gives a kind of flavor to most of the people because we take you full Python hacking course. You do things like you'll be able to code things like one, but it's by the side, not in the lab. It's to actually hot scanner. So it's a full Python ethical hacking. We had that course. To be able to we develop a port scanner. We develop a vulnerability scanner. True. Port scanner, vulnerability scanner. Brute forcing. We do all these things using brute forcing. So it's raw coding. So it has a part of it built up. So when you get to things like developing Java rules and all this stuff, you already have that strength already. And brute forcing, that's SSA brute forcing. So we take a little bit of scrapping, take a little bit of password cracker, take a little bit of sorry, I think they are all here. So okay, it's inside this place. So these are all you're supposed to take in Python scanning. So you do batch scripting normally. So normally you're supposed to start, take up to this place. So server Python script, command and control center. So all these are penetration testing. But this down to this place, you're supposed to be able to code it from the scratch and up to the point where you deliver the project. The whole idea of doing it actually helps in analytical thinking when you get to professional courses. I hope you understand that. All these courses are basic courses. Now, why we put them in is because we don't want to have a problem. When we start teaching you things that are professional courses, you have some weaknesses because you are not properly grounded here. So we're like trying to actually ensure that the foundation is strong so that if you leave here, even after a training, whatever you build into the future is actually very, very strong. So you will write, it's actually a full ethical hacking Python course. So we normally had it to ensure that the students are very strong so that when you actually start moving and you have plethora of options of areas of specialization after, so you can decide to be a DevOps sec because you now have competencies in scripting, strong competencies in scripting. Now, if you remember this, I shared to the job description. They mentioned Python and Python scripting and batch scripting. You have a lot of batch scripting already in the Cyber Arena. But this will actually stretch your muscle because all these scripts you see, you are developing, they are used for penetration testing. So you learn how to code it on your own and develop a full command and control center. So we don't stretch the students so much. It depends on when we notice we are training it and they are hungry for more, we add that to it. But that will be on the weekend. It is not in the regular timetable. So likewise, this to stretch web app so that you have everything you take to actually be successful when you get to the journey end of the road. So I don't know if you have questions, concerns you might want to share with me. The prof is actually very, I think he's in a meeting, he should have been here. So once we start, we're taking time to start so that we just actually ensure everybody's in so that we don't have to keep going back and forth. So once we start, so this is a fundamental part of your what? Is a fundamental part of your trajectory. Let me just show you the end part so that you see. Let me show you this. I think I have something here. This certified penetration test, I just want to show you that those languages are actually part of what they expect you to know. That's if you want to actually become an LPT licensed penetration tester in the future after taking. So Python is actually a core part of your strength. Batch scripting is their rubies, their parents, their. So you are taking two away already from here. So you can always add the rest along the line. So there's no part of, so what I said is everything we teach you here to ensure that you have a strong foundation. The worst case you can find yourself after going this far up to this place, you notice that there are some things you don't know that can make you progress anymore. So in terms of training, whatever we give you here, there's whatever we give you here. So this LPT certification. Sorry. Please help it a licensed penetration tester certification. Target audience. So it's an advanced. I'm trying to see the part. Oh, the part talks about. Okay. Okay. Penetration testing with Ruby, Python, PowerShell, Perl, Bash, and then about Fusion and Metasploit. So look at this page very well. Attack automation with scripts. So I've actually already helped you complete this. And you take this. And a little bit of PowerShell, but you have to do Ruby and Perl. Prepare an advanced penetration testing technique and scripting for 7 study appendix. So it's a core part of your skill set. So it's not what you can actually evade. So we normally had it here so that this LPT, it's not, this is the top certified penetration tester, CPENT. This help it. So if you actually pass 75, you have it's one certification with 2 grading. You are what? A licensed penetration tester. If you come below 75, you are what? A certified penetration tester, professional. So I'm just trying to actually show you that everything we're giving you here ensures that anywhere you go to, you can build on it. So once you take this, you start working. Like I said, there are other certifications we give to you, but within the world of penetration testing, that's actually people actually, and you get to see very few of them out there. So this, you can see it's already lined up. It's not that we're just doing it. So it's already, once you see deployed, means they've taken the training, they can now use it. So I'll pause here if you have any questions or concerns on. So we designed the training, 1, to have a face, 2, to integrate with experts, 3, integrate with your own industry experts in your country. Charity begins at home, so that you know the people running the sheets here in Nigeria. And so by default, by taking this training, you're already a certified member of the Security CN, Cybersecurity Expert Association of Nigeria. I'm sure you'll be able to actually attend a professional membership. That's one. I will try that has been integrated already. The 2, we're trying to see how we can incorporate HISACA and ISC. Now, what we want to make sure, all this, we just want to make sure that your first interview from documentation and that's why you see all those questions were very detailed so that we can know what from question to what delivery, your delivery in form of what you deliver, you meet with a standard anywhere in the world, the recruitment process standard and anywhere in the world. So I'll take the old stuff again so that I can see a guy just coming, joining us. So this is your platform, and I'm sure lots of you have logged in. So in case you've not been able to change your password, this is how you change your password. You come here, you click on this license. You click on this license, and you click your current password, the next one, then you submit. You change your password. Now, having said that, so the holistic view of the training is to ensure what you have cognate world-class skill capacity that can actually sustain you within the industry. So the way we designed it is, part of it is your requirement is what you need to actually pass through the labs. There are different skill sets. So this is your time to I'll be sharing it after this time. So like I explained to them, introduction to cyber, from this date to this date, will actually you'll be onboarding your tools, then setting up your labs, the systems very well. From this date, we hand you over to international experts. Move to the Telegram's platform to the lab starts. However, you have access to that. You can start solving them yourself if you think you want to do that. Then, so we move from here, taking into cognizance these are basic courses. We introduce them so that we can actually deal with any weaknesses that are inherent. Now, once you start moving to this place, these are all professional courses. Now, by the side, we ensure that your scripting skills are what? Intact. So we actually do this on weekends. So you're going to take a full Python hacking course by the side, so that it will increase your chances of success. As you can see, this is CPET. You need it to actually be successful, as normally they expect you to actually be able to actually develop in the industry. Sorry. They expect you to be able to develop those skill sets very well. Attack automation with truth. So all this will be taken on weekends. We learn all those at this place. So that will actually give you that's like an initiation into automation, which can develop into DevOps service, depending on the route you want to take. So all through the training, we'll stick with the lab, take the tutorial classes, make it very rigorous, engaging, immersive, and we discuss more problems, focusing on what you need to achieve. Now, in terms of industry collaboration, we want to ensure that all the necessary industry stakeholders, professional member, ISACA, ISC, so other certifications that you might be taking immediately, this API, APISEC. I think that's it. So added to what Think Cyber. So you see, it makes it looks very rich. So this looks very rich with core competencies in what penetration testing, stock analyst, and Win forensics. So don't be scared of the numbers. This kind of class don't have a large crowd. I can share videos with you. They're not always very much. They're not very when the large crowd comes in, it's mostly a grant project. So it's not always very large, but it gives us so that it makes it so that we can have 100% success at the end. So this is very rich. Can add those. So this so you can start adding your own when you finish. So this is what we build you to become. This is broken down into threat hunting, and threat hunting incident response. We have vulnerability analysis. We have web app security. Then you have pen testing. So coupled with your scripting skills and all other soft skills, projects to be delivered, both projects on the Siberian Arena and real consulting projects you will have during the expert session, sorry, the Titan session. So this it makes you look very rich in terms of experience, having spent close to the manpower we're looking at, you would have spent close to. So I'm just trying to give you an overview. Let's say you spend 4 hours on it every day times 7 times 52. That's over 1,000, almost 1,500 professional hours on the Siberian Arena. So I'm trying to tell you how you write, you understand, 1,500 hours, you understand, at the Cyber Arena, with now, so the other part is the people you are actually talking to and you're working with, you understand, bringing a cognitive experience of over 30 years or 25 years industry experience. You can make it 50 because it's a cognitive experience of different experts, 50 years of industry experience in cybersecurity with cybersecurity experts. So those are the things we're building so that by the time you start putting your resume together, it shows clearly who you have been with. What I mean by 50 years is this. You'll be interfacing with somebody like this. So that I'll break it down clearly. I'm not the only person you'll be interfacing with. Okay. So this is the first person you interface with. So it's a design. We designed your outcome. So when we say next generation, so he has his own years of experience. And there's a major person you'll be dealing with. There's another person you'll be dealing with, David Smolovich, with years of experience differently from his own trajectory. I hope you're now understanding how we come about those years. So we have Awogu, who has spent almost 14 years within the fintech sector. He's currently a CISO. You've been interfacing with this guy during forensics, doing a live forensics project. That's after you finish your training before you go. You've been interfacing with this other guy too. So each of them has nothing less than 15 years. Sorry. Okwenime, I think is the one that is not two. Okwenime, or we can bring in this guy. What's his name? They and do more of infrastructure. So when you look at their cumulative years of experience, those are the people you actually trained and actually vetted you into the industry. So they bring in combination of what? A total more than 50 years of industry experience, crossing over pen testing, infrastructure, and what forensics. So that's how people now, not just they are captains in different sectors. When it comes to cybersec in Africa, that's the chief technology officer you're looking at. There has been some of our program. When it comes to forensics, this guy actually leads a payment platform. When it comes to training, you're actually interfacing with the shipper. So we designed the project so that at the end, the output is like you're manufacturing something. The output we are getting is a next generation professional. The only thing you need to input into it is what? Learn and grow. So I'll pause here. Do you now understand? So when you had that, when you convert this 50 years accumulative, the comprehensive training, so from experts who bring in a cumulative 50 years experience in cybersecurity, running through. So what's better you package that. So you see that's why we ask you these specific questions. So somebody looking at your resume shows clearly that you have a lot to offer from the one. So we're not just doing it. We keep increasing the bar every year. So this year we want to make sure that nobody scores below what 10,000 in your Cyber Arena score. So the pass grade should be 10,000. So that we can close our eyes and send you to an interview. Nobody will be able to actually ask you questions. So I will stop here. Do you guys have concerns or questions you want to ask, or you want me to go through this? I'm just trying to connect the dots of the journey map. So charity begins at home. We can't be talking about cybersecurity. You're supposed to be integrated to all the key industries. I didn't mention the Association of CISOs don't have a certification. So we are building good relationship with them. So peradventure you actually walk into any banking interview, you already know the stakeholders, those who actually at the end of our face when it comes to what the banking sectors in Nigeria. There's nothing like being fast. There's something about being focused, and you are fortunate to have somebody to mentor you to the right track so that you don't waste time in life. So if you're focused and you have somebody to mentor you, show you the fast lane to be on, it helps you fly faster. So you can stand on people's shoulders and fly. So these are the people's shoulders you'll be planning on. They bring in years of experience. They didn't have those years of experience when they were starting. They actually had to learn the hard way. So this gives you a whole lot you need. So with this, I'm sure you can see the breakdown that this qualifies you as a what? Real tier 2 cybersecurity personnel, because that's all you need to actually qualify. So so we designed this. This is a program design. So I will wait if you have any questions. So with this, anywhere you get to, whether you're in UK, US, anywhere you get to, I'm sure you should be able to hit the ground running from the one. Sorry, I don't know if you have a question.
Okay, hello?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So you mentioned ISACA, ISC, APSEC, all these certifications. All these, are we going to gain all these things while in the training, or it will be
Free.
after the
Free.
training have to be doing all this?
This is free. This is 32,000. It's a membership fee. This is 32,000. Then this ISACA, I think is $125. I'm just telling you what it takes to position yourself for international opportunities. The packaging you need. Now, this I don't think it's up to $50. I think sometimes they give free. This you've already paid. Now, this you don't need to write exams to get this trade. It shows that, you know, when an HR is looking at your resume, there are some things they want to see. So we're trying to ensure that you are properly packaged, whether locally and internationally. People can feel comfortable to actually do what, speak with you. This is free, but you have to write it after, at least 1 week after you can start writing that. Then this, you've already paid for this. I don't know if that answers your question.
Then I used to hear of CISSP a lot.
No,
CISSP.
that is when you actually now listen, in Nigeria, there are generations of look around. So look here, so that you see the difference between Nigeria and foreigners. Did you see CISSP?
Oh no, I don't.
No, but it's so seasoned, it's so CISA. Now, why? Because mostly that CISSP are mostly from accountants who migrated into cybersecurity. Is governance. That is an aspect of cybersecurity called governance and policy. But it's not core coding cybersecurity. Those guys are not the core technical people. You see, this guy has both flares. Now, because he worked in the bank, there's what we call IT auditing. You understand? I'll tell you just a scenario. Now, somebody can want to open an account in the bank, and what the account, they mistakenly open multiple accounts without telling the client. The bankers can use those other 2 accounts to be laundering money. They will launder money. You don't know that. Maybe you say, open a savings account for me. Now, there is a glitch. They now open multiple accounts. They give you 1 account, but there's another account. So they might collaborate within themselves. They start using that account to launder money. At the point in time, they clean it up and actually just what? You don't know about it. I'm just trying to tell you. So this is the part that actually does all those auditing within the financial sector. But the core coding, forensics now is different. These are the certifications. This, I'm sure you know about this. This, instead of going for what? CISSP, certified CISO. Now, but you're supposed to have a master's and 3 years or 4 years experience on the job. And 3 people have to recommend you to write that exam. So here, what is the most important thing? For now, get through this track. With all this, I think you should be in the position of a manager. You understand? Then it's at that stage you should start thinking about something like this. Then what? System and other to get to the position of a manager first. So if you look, the track to success are not, you see, it was the head before he became a chief. Do you get it clearly? So if you become a lead first, lead security manager, before you start talking about, do you get it? Sorry, are you following? So if you look at, you become a lead, team lead, then become a manager. So, but I think he spent a lot of years in First Bank before that's where again. So this is where he was an analyst. So all these parts were not core cybersecurity roles. This is where the real e-channel fraud analyst. This is where the cybersecurity. What did I just talk? So if you look about the job roles, so you see that you have a lot of what advantage because you are starting with core. Now look at another trajectory. That is why it's good you understand. We did those comprehensive so that we can know where you are. So that's a track from the banking sector. You might not work in the bank. This is more like this is a more international vendor route. It started with CyberSoc Africa, then went into the bank. Incident response person. This is where it started as an intern. That was 2019. He worked threat intelligence and incident management. With his experience with an MSS, he moved into the banking sector. You see that he was not more of, this is not more of fraud, checking fraud in the bank. It's more of cybersecurity in response within the bank. So when we are calling him for forensics, it's because we understand that he has handled different forensics cases. You see, even here, cybersecurity analyst, this has nothing to do with fraud. Now, an external attack is different from banking fraud. So that's the job of an IT auditor. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. When there's a cybersecurity attack externally, it's different from fraud within the bank. There are two different things. But people who work in the bank, so that's more forensics. So that's actually why we brought him in to talk about. Now, you see, before you now move to team lead. Hello, Mr. James. Do you now understand the sequence? So at this stage, what you're concentrating is getting to the position of a manager. Now, maybe you now head your team before you now move into becoming a chief. Mr. Felix Musa and Mr. Omoni, you've not asked any question or true. So I'm trying to actually, because it's clear, it's more easier if you understand the destination. There's clarity on your journey map. You understand what you need to achieve when you are achieving it. It makes everything very easy. Your journey becomes seamless. So you understand what we are trying to build. So this is a design so that when you now change your resume or upgrade your resume, it has everything that looks like this to get you your first job. So by the time you put in all what you have done, you understand the projects you have done on your grade, you understand it looks like this, and not just looking like this. At delivery, you can deliver it on demand. And you can put names of people, tag people that when they see them, they know that yes, you understand. I hope you now understand why we designed it that way. So that's it.
Yeah, so you are saying that right now we should not
No.
We should just focus on these other ones, these other ISC, ISACA, no.
No. What did
APSEC.
you achieve this all through the training? It's not now. So this is not, you can't even qualify to write this now. You can try to apply. It takes, you would have been, you would expect you to have 5 years industry cognitive experience. Then it's for people who are actually going for CISO position.
All right.
Yeah. It's for people who are going for CISO position. Do you get it? So you are not a CISO yet. That CISO is Chief Information Security Officer. So I was just talking to this guy today. So let me just share you. So it's good to be ambitious, but it's good to take it one step at a time. So I see this is the CISO for Globalcom. Is an Indian. So you can understand what you are dreaming. So before you dream, it's good to dream, but understand what builds you to that dream. So when people are looking at you, they must see the steps. The first thing is the foundation. The next thing is what? The blocks, the lintel. So where are your foundation and maybe your first block? Your first company is your first lintel, the first floor. So you have to be very careful how you treat them. The second floor, the third floor. So your own CISO might be your 5th floor. Are you getting it? So it's good you understand. That's why I have clarity on what you're building. One, how you manage interpersonal relationship skill is very good in the industry. Now, because it's a regulated industry, that is why we are ensuring that from the onset, you are fully integrated in the industry locally and internationally. I'll repeat, it's a regulated industry. You are fully integrated and you know what all the industry stakeholders, they can identify with you, they can identify with the brand and your name. So those are the benefits you get from Tcn training. I think I'll have to stop here. We've spent 1 hour. So welcome on board. Like I said.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, since the Siberium now, are we supposed to, like, the course is there, are we supposed to start watching the videos and everything?
You can start, well, you paid for it. You can start watching the video. However, from our timeline, we will start officially from 23rd. You can watch the video, do anything you want to do, start solving the problem. It's a playground. Use it to gain mastery. You can start watching the video. That's why I showed you. Take your time to master it so that by the time we start, you're already ahead of the class. The whole thing is to ensure that you come at top of the class and you get your choice job. And you position yourself for what? An international job opportunity. That is why we designed it this way. Every year we keep making it better. Because you can go to some international, which professional association are you with in cybersecurity? Which professional certification do you have? You tell them you're a member of this, you're a member of that, you're a member of that. You tell them 1 or 2 industries, so it shows them you understand where you're going to. So it's all, what we're doing is now professional mentoring. All right, Mr. Omani, do you have any questions for me? All right, in the absence of
not for me, thank you.
Okay, in the absence of no question, I wish you all good luck. I think we should actually start something from next week, an evening class. First should be sure you've installed and fully onboarded your system with the software. Then we can start 1 or 2 things on Linux till you now actually get into the lab, hand you over to your international trainer. Then I'll just give you support on your labs on a weekly basis. But for the Python full hacking course, I want to do it on the weekend, is to ensure that I stretch your strength of scripting because you can be prepared for your future. So thank you once more for choosing Think Cyber. I wish you a happy learning journey. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.